internet, Donna here. I thought I would make a real quick video. I know I already went live once today. Holy shit, look at my hair. Video bombing husband. And no, before anybody says anything, this is not a nudie magazine. That's a friggin' Rolling Stone that my granddaughter was demolishing last time she was here. From here, it looks like a nudie magazine, but that's a totally clothed Emma Stone on the cover there. I wanted to talk to you all a little bit today about the pros and cons of getting your teeth extracted. Not necessarily the pros and cons of getting dentures, but the pros and cons of getting teeth extracted. Okay, and in the name of fairness, I sat and thought, and I did some research and looked up a few articles and read a few things on the interweb and listened to a few podcasts and blah, to come up with my list, and I haven't written it down. I made this video earlier and I forgot to have my microphone in front of me, so now I have to go off of memory and try and remake this video because I've made it once. I've made it once. And, yeah. So, anyhow, let me make sure that my sound is going. And it is! Okay, so pros of getting teeth pulled out. Number 1, no more toothaches. I haven't had so much as a phantom tooth pain, an ache deep down, nothing, since I had my teeth pulled out. I'm not going to speak to the experience with covering my fresh extraction sites with dentures and all of that mess, because we're keeping dentures out of this video. This is just about extractions. But the toothaches stopped, and so did the headaches. That would be number 2. Now, I'm not sure how well everybody is aware of where toothaches happen and what causes them, but toothaches come from cavities, sensitive teeth, exposed nerves, dying nerves, which cause abscesses, which also cause more pain. There's all kinds of things, periodontal disease, all kinds of things can cause pain inside of your mouth. Now, that pain inside of your mouth is going to be connected to other areas of your head, like your ears, your eyes, your sinuses, and all of that is going to lend itself to headaches. Headaches that start behind your eyes, headaches that start in your sinus cavity, headaches that start in your teeth or in your mouth where your teeth have broken off or have an exposed nerve or are abscessed or something else is wrong, and it'll travel its way up your jaw and into your ear and cause an ear infection. That's happened to me. I've had sinus infections from toothaches that started as toothaches. I've had migraines that start as toothaches, which migraines are gone too. Since having my teeth pulled, I've not had one single migraine. It's been more than a year. I used to get them at least twice weekly. It was so bad I used to take medicine for it, like migraine medicine for the migraine headaches, when the cause of the migraines was not anything that causes migraines in otherwise healthy people. It all I see now came from my teeth. Headaches will stop, toothaches will stop, and for me, a bad breath problem stopped. Now, again, I'm not going to get into, the new problems that you can have once you add dentures to the equation. Let's face it, gnarly decaying teeth smell, infections smell, teeth that you don't brush regularly smell, bacteria smells, a bacterial buildup because you haven't brushed your teeth because it hurts to do so, because you have tooth decay, which you have because you haven't taken care of your teeth, is a vicious cycle, but it smells. Not to be too gross with you guys, but I had a rotted, like a crack in between these two teeth right before I had my extractions, and I used to push air through it, and you could smell the tooth decay coming out from the air that I pushed between there. So I know it smells. And with me being shorter than everybody, I used to try and aim my words down, like the airflow down if I could, so that it didn't waft up into the noses of whomever it was that I was talking to. And that's really weird to have to sit here and think and remember that and admit that I used to do that. That's really quite strange for me. But it's true. Or if I had to sigh, I'd do it like instead of, because I didn't want more air coming out through the stink channel I know that's supposed to be a butthole, but oh, the things that you don't realize you're doing until after you have to stop and think about exactly what it is that you're doing. So yeah, there are 3 pros. The stinky breath stopped, the tooth pain stopped, and the headache stopped. Now let's get on the other side of the fence and look at cons to having your teeth pulled. Now, this is a side of things that we don't normally talk a whole lot about on this channel because I want for those who have made the decision to have their teeth extracted, get work done, have bridges put in, have partials done, have full sets of dentures done, whatever it is that you have to do to get mouth healthy. I want everyone to feel like it's all fantastical and hunky-dory and it's the best decision you'll ever make in your life. Whatever it is that you have to do to get healthy, do that thing. There are some downsides, albeit them temporary. Yeah, albeit them temporary downsides. Well, one of them anyway. The downsides that I could come up with, one is that if you have some teeth removed and not all of them, you run yourself the risk of the pit that's left over after having a tooth removed, causing discoloration to the teeth on either side of it, and causing those teeth to move in either by leaning over or by scooching over and fracking up the rest of your smile to fill in the hole. If you don't have a partial placed there, or bridge, or an implant, or something to hold that space. Now, again, I've taken prosthetics out of the equation, so this is what happens when you get teeth pulled and nothing put in to replace them, okay? There's pain and swelling involved with having teeth removed. Big surprise! Now, it's a temporary problem for most people. Pain and swelling. You have teeth yanked out of the bones inside of your face, out and tissue removed and tissue hurt and bumped against and whatever. Pain and swelling are going to come along with that. For me, it was a solid 8 days of pain and swelling, of taking pain medications, of icing my face, of doing everything that I could to find some comfort or to end the discomfort. And it was a pretty hefty discomfort at first too. If you go back and watch my day 8 video, I think was it day 8, day 5? I forget. One of the days I decided stubbornly that I wasn't going to take my pain meds anymore. And by the end of that video, I was running around town looking for something to take the place of the opioid pain medication. And I was hurting so much. I was going nuts. I was crying and I was going absolutely crazy because the pain was so severe. Now, mind you, not everybody that has extractions done is going to have that severe of pain or need opioids or need, the kind of pain management that I needed. Every case is different. And not everybody's going to swell up like a chipmunk after a fresh haul of sunflower seeds out of somebody's bird feeder. But for me, pain and swelling were an issue. They were temporary. They were about a week's worth, a week and a day's worth, but they were an issue. Something else that you run the risk of when you have extractions done in your mouth, if you have uppers done, like your upper teeth taken out, especially the eye teeth, which are the canine teeth, they go all the way up like this. Their roots do, kind of like that. You run the risk of sinus perforation when you have those taken out, or any teeth in the upper part of your jaw. You can rip the sinus, cause infection. There could be root tips left. Generally, if you break a tooth off and you have the root tips removed soon enough, you avoid them sinking up into the sinus cavity and causing infection up there. That's one of the things that causes infection is the root tips being left behind. So don't do that. This is unfortunately not always a temporary problem. I know that Kayla Bowen from the Kayla's Bite of Reality channel, link right here in the description, is still having trouble with a sinus infection or multiple sinus infections that have to do with having her teeth pulled. And she's had her teeth gone for over a year. So that's something to watch out for. I've not had an issue with it, but others have, and others do. So that's definitely something you want to talk to your dentist about before making the decision to have all of your teeth or some of your teeth or one of your teeth ripped out of your head. Now, you can take this as a pro or you can take this as a con, whichever way that you want to. But I have to share an experience that I have with being toothless. Now, when I first had all of my teeth pulled out, I decided to opt for an immediate denture so that I didn't have to be toothless for any period of time while I waited for things to heal and could get my permanent denture to replace it. After healing was all done and everything, I find that I can go without my lower denture. I can go without wearing both dentures, or either denture, whichever way is grammatically correct. I can go without wearing the dentures when I go out, and people generally don't notice and aren't ignorant enough to say, hey man, what happened to your teeth? Not the way that before I had my teeth pulled, I was afraid of going places and smiling and speaking and that kind of thing because of the gnarly mess that my teeth were. I don't find that going out with no teeth at all gives me that same level of anxiety. It's not true. It doesn't do that. That level of anxiety that you get trying to hide a gnarly smile from the world is nothing like going out without your dentures in. I mean, people will get over it or they won't. And if they won't, you don't have to see it. They do it privately. So, if I had it to do over again, I would have opted to get away from immediate dentures and just left my gums to heal on their own until I got those JOs to use as intermediate dentures. I feel like the healing process would have been easier for me had I not had the immediate dentures to deal with on top of healing and everything. I feel like if my gums were just left to their own devices, that they would have healed maybe more quickly and maybe a little better than they did what with having that appliance sitting on top of them. And I know I said I wasn't going to get into what happens when you have an appliance or, a prosthetic, whatever you want to call it, in the equation, but I have to talk about being toothless for just a second because, yeah, that's where I want the focus to be, on the toothless aspect of it. I can go out without my lower denture any day of the week and nobody says shit to me. I aced 4 job interviews for one position and got the job without ever wearing my lower denture for any job interview, which is pretty remarkable. If they're not there, people aren't looking for them. It just is what it is. So yeah, that's my take on the pros and cons of having your teeth pulled, having any teeth pulled, having a tooth pulled. Let me know what you think in the comments. If I have missed something, which I'm sure, I didn't touch on the whole mouth healthy situation, get the gross out of your mouth and improve your health. Maybe I did. Not in so many words, but if I've missed something important, if you have a question, go ahead and leave me a comment. Go ahead and like the video if you like it. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit the little notification bell so you never miss a new video. Until next time when I have a fresh new video for everyone, I hope that you all continue to be good to each other, keep smiling, and keep being awesome.